Give us more.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the Nation Network, where tonight we get ready for one of the biggest shows in the history of the Nation Network. Indeed, it will be the Star-Spangled Slammer. All or nothing, two organizations will be coming head-to-head here tonight at the Orlando Arena. The XWF, the IWF, only one of them will be in existence at the end of the night. An event too big for their homes at Universal Studios to maintain, we had to move to a much bigger venue, the Orlando Arena, the home of the NBA Orlando Magic. We'll see if it can contain the action, the excitement, and the drama that will take place here tonight. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we know there are a lot of unanswered questions that will be answered, but have not been as of yet. Let's talk about what we do know. We're going to see championship matches. We're going to see individual matches. Some of them will be all or nothing matches. Those matches will have points assigned. The winning team or individual will get 2 points for a win by pinfall or submission, 1 point for a win by disqualification or a countout. Whichever team at the end of the night has the most points will stay in business. The other team will be done. Could go either way, but that leads us up to the big unknown, the 8-man elimination tag match. With Survivor Series rules, we don't know who's representing either of the two companies. It's been kept under lock and key, nobody saying anything. I've done some digging though, and throughout the show I can share a little information that I've been able to pull out. It's going to be an incredible night, and that last match will be worth 4 points. So if it's even close going in, it's anybody's game. Later tonight, we're going to kick things off with the IWF Television Championship on the line. Lightning Lou Perez of the IWF will put that title on the line against the XWF's Honky Tonk Man, and he will have the mouth of the South, Jimmy Hart, in his corner. Right off the bat, 2 points are on the line. Which one of these men will take those points home, we'll be finding out. Recently added a big 8-man battle royal. 4 men from the IWF, 4 men from the XWF. However, to make it interesting, $30,000 goes to the winner. For $30,000, will there be loyalty, or will teammates turn on one another for the paycheck? In a match that was signed just weeks ago, Arn Anderson goes up against Cliff Anderson in an ambulance match. That's right, a battle of the Andersons for the title of Enforcer. And the winner is the man who puts his opponent into an ambulance. Following that, one of the big matches, ladies and gentlemen, that we have been watching develop for weeks now. Mondo Clean and the Mongolian Stomper, representing the Nasty Organization, will be going up against Dusty Rhodes and Diamond Dallas Page for the IWF Tag Team titles. It was just a few weeks ago that Diamond Dallas Page and Dusty Rhodes took those titles under the masks, showing off to be the Disorderlies. Who knew? In taking those titles, they now go up against the #1 contenders from the IWF, looking to re-secure their gold. That transitions us into the next match we're going to be seeing tonight, and this one will be a tables match. Chubby MC will be going up against former tag team partner Odessa Slim. Since losing those tag team titles and the subsequent return match to Dusty Rhodes and Diamond Dallas Page, Chubby MC has turned his back on his longtime friend. Tonight in a tables match, they look to settle the score. In a match that has nothing to do with points, but everything to do with pride, we will see the ravishing one, Rick Rude, going one-on-one with the Macho Man, Randy Savage. Now, we've all seen the video of what happened to Miss Elizabeth 4 weeks ago. The Macho Man, Randy Savage, has waited, not patiently, mind you, for this opportunity tonight, and he is looking forward to it. No holds barred in this one, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to have a winner. After that, inside the friendly confines of a steel cage, it will be the IWF Heavyweight Championship when Hulk Hogan of the XWF challenges the reigning IWF Heavyweight Champion Thor. Again, 2 men enter, 1 man leaves. 2 points on the line in that one for sure, because there can be no disqualifications and certainly no countouts. After that, one of the most talked about matches in wrestling history. The Nature Boy Ric Flair going up against stablemate Mr. Perfect Kurt Hennig for the XWF Heavyweight Championship. And we still don't know who the guest referee is going to be. We'll be finding out, though, shortly. And as if that were not enough, then the big 8-man elimination tag team match, 4 points on the line. Who will represent the XWF? Who is going to represent the IWF? These are all questions that we still have at this time, ladies and gentlemen, but not for much longer. We are about to get answers to those questions right here on the Nation Network. Sit down, relax, or better yet, buckle up, because we are getting ready for the Star Spangled Slammer here on the Nation Network. All right, fans, we are here with you live from the Orlando Arena. We apologize, technical difficulties to kick things off, but hopefully everything will be working fine now. Joining me here in the broadcast booth, the one and only Jesse Labonte. And tonight, Jess, is the night we have been counting down for weeks for.
Well, I'll tell you right now, as we take a look at the lineup, you went over it, covered all the matches that we know about. There's so much we don't know about. Of course, the one thing on my mind that I need answers to, and I'm the man that normally tells it like it is, but even I can't get the answers that I'm looking for, and that is really simply this: who's the guest referee?
Well, we're about to find out the answer to that and many other questions here, ladies and gentlemen. Want to welcome everyone joining us here live on the Nation Network. Smooth Realism in the house. Mr. Madman is in the house. Big JH is here as well.
Donnell Manson's here as well. Welcome aboard.
All right, this match is worth 2 points to the winner if it's by pinfall or submission.
Introducing the challenger from Memphis, Tennessee, weighing in at 247 pounds, the Honky Tonk Man. And his opponent from Tampa, Florida, weighing in at 230 pounds, the International Wrestling Television Champion, Lightning Luis Perez.
All right, we have the participants. Now it's time for the matchup. One of these two is going to give their organization a heads up, if you will.
Well, definitely getting out the gate with a 2-point start would definitely be helpful for either organization. I believe the Honky Tonk Man, however, with his track record, with his Intercontinental Championship title run behind him, I believe he's got to be the heavy favorite in this one.
Well, based on all that's on the line in this one, it's hard to predict the winner, but ladies and gentlemen, it is official. Star Spangled Slammer is on. Honky Tonk Man backing him into the corner. Now's the referee. He's going to look. Oh, look at this. Lightning Lou Perez not wasting any time.
Well, I hate to say it, but I'll tell you, it's going to be that kind of a night because of all that's on the line right now. I would expect to see that all night long from everybody. If you're going to do things that are out of the ordinary, Lightning Lou Perez, normally the kind of guy that goes by the rule book, but there we see him right off the bat with a cheap shot.
Indeed, and it's not like the Honky Tonk Man, given half a chance, wouldn't have done the exact same thing. But to see Lou started off that way, a little bit out of character. And look at it, he's under the bottom rope. Referee was still going to go for the count. Nice reversal, though. Honky Tonk shoulders down. There's a count of one and able to kick out. Oh, boy, early on, they're setting the tempo here, ladies and gentlemen, for what promises to be a memorable night of professional wrestling. This Orlando crowd, they have been wound up for the last hour and a half since the doors have opened. And now Lightning Lou Perez, what's he going to do here? Goes for the midsection.
Yeah, anytime you look to split the uprights like that, you're never sure where that foot might come down. Especially after the way Perez started the match off. Wouldn't have surprised me at all if he'd have gone low.
Well, indeed, south of the border. But now look at this. Lightning Lou Perez choking the Honky Tonk Man on the top rope. Again, very uncharacteristic of this man. He is a tremendous professional wrestler and normally does so well within the scope of the rules.
Well, there's a lot on the line, obviously, here. Both these guys want to be the ones to set the tempo.
Tie up again, and now the Honky Tonk Man looking to put some offense together here if he can. Lightning Lou Perez. Honky Tonk Man dropped his head a little too early. Perez able to intercept him, and now Honky Tonk going outside the ring.
Yeah, it looked like he wanted to talk to the mouth of the South for a moment, perhaps get some input, but Lightning Lou not going to allow him, and look at what's happening here. Lightning Lou Perez is doing a number on the Honky Tonk Man here on the floor.
Lightning Lou Perez, I'll tell you what, 2 weeks ago there was an event called the Rise of the Renegades. Eddie Mansfield, the owner of the IWF, said, "We might not have the name recognition superstars that you have in the XWF, but we've got a bunch of renegades and they're on the rise," and now we see exactly what he's talking about. Stomping away now. It's been really a one-sided battle.
Yeah, I'll tell you, it's almost 3 minutes into the match now, and Honky Tonk hasn't really done a whole lot of anything thus far. I'm surprised.
Yeah, you picked him for the win.
You know, I still think he might, but he's going to have to find a way to change things here.
Hammering away, and he just split him open. Oh, he's bleeding. Lightning Lou Perez with that blood streaming down his face now. After the Honky Tonk Man with those clenched fists, and now Honky Tonk going to try and steal that title. His foot's under the bottom rope.
You know, I'm a little concerned about the officiating. I know I generally am always concerned about the officiating, but it just seems to me like a little bit too often it's happening right now. Referees are not noticing things they're supposed to be noticing.
Shoulder block off the apron, and now down to the floor. And Lightning Lou Perez, the champion, is down. And it's the Honky Tonk Man changing things up here.
Well, the funny thing is, the one thing it took for the Honky Tonk to get the ball going in his direction was a rake of the eyes. It changed everything, something as simple as that.
Honky Tonk now dropping him down across the apron. The battle taking place here ringside. Lou Perez thrown back in. What's Honky Tonk got in mind here? Stomping away on the arm. A little bit of payback perhaps for what happened earlier. And here's a cover. Doesn't hook the leg, however. I don't know if that'll be enough. 2 count.
Yeah, but you saw Perez. He didn't really kick out with any authority on that one, did he?
No, he definitely did not. Honky Tonk from the top rope with a big splash. And he's going to try it again, perhaps. He's up and up for the second time now. This time drives a fist into the head. Oh, man, he is really busted him open this time. Honky Tonk waiting for the opportunity. Here's the shake. Here's a rattle. And he goes for the roll. We could have a new champion if he hits.
That's all she wrote. 2 points coming to the XWF.
Referee taking a while to get in position. There's 2. Oh, and he managed to get a shoulder up.
Honky Tonk is upset with the official, justifiably so. He was way too long to get over for that cover.
Oh, Honky Tonk Man has really turned the momentum of this one around in favor of the XWF. There's a clothesline. No, he got caught. Hot shot, nicely delivered right there. What's he gonna do? He's taking a lot of time to pull him away from those ropes. I think Perez would have been better served if he'd have just gone for the pinfall. Leapfrog, nicely done. Has a mob sit out spine buster, and Honky Tonk banging the back of his head on the mat.
Yeah, I'm still getting over this one. Oh, man, look out.
There's that lightning shot. There's 2, and oh, Honky Tonk got a shoulder up. Mouth of the South, Jimmy Hart noticeably concerned at ringside right now. German suplex shoulders are now. Will that be enough to retain? There's 2, and a Honky Tonk Man again able to come out the back door, but not by much. Well, this one is really just setting the tempo. Wait a minute, Jimmy Hart, what in the hell are you doing? You're going to get your man disqualified. Referee now taking that megaphone away from Jimmy Hart.
Meantime, on the apron, look at this.
Oh, Honky Tonk Man just got dropped. Man, this is getting out of control.
Oh, my goodness. He just powerbombed him onto a steel guardrail.
Irish whip is reversed, and boy, this is getting ugly now.
Well, when you talk about setting the tempo, setting the mindset, Right now, the only thing I can tell you is everybody's out for themselves, and they are out for a big victory.
Oh, wait a minute. Could be a count out.
We don't want countouts. We need pinfalls and submissions. One-pointers aren't going to get it done.
Lightning Lou Perez banging the Honky Tonk Man's head off the canvas. Goes for the cover. Did he do enough damage? He got two. Jimmy Hart ringside yelling at the official, and now Lightning Lou Perez with a neck breaker of his own. Lightning Lou from the middle rope. What's he doing now? Waiting on the Honky Tonk Man. Shoulder tackle. Not looking good right now. Oh, Honky just caught the boot.
Smart move right there, and here we go again.
Shake, rattle, and roll. This will be the second time. I doubt he's going to kick out two times. Here's a count of one. Here's two. He manages to kick out.
Well, that's just, I don't know where he's getting it from, but that's really just about the fact that he understands how important it is to walk away with 2 points here tonight. Both of these guys understand that.
Honky Tonk Man now. What's he got in mind here? Off the ropes, back out front, boot to the face. Oh, that one almost put him out.
Yeah, he might have knocked him out right there. Honky Tonk again. He's missing opportunities to go for a pinfall where I think he should be.
Lightning Lou Perez up in the corner now. Honky Tonk from the middle rope. Loading up that fist and drives it into the head of the champion and go for the cover. We're under 20 seconds remaining on the time limit. There's two. He couldn't hold him down.
Well, that's a big problem right there for the Honky Tonk Man.
Lou Perez puts him down. Doesn't realize the time, I don't think. Fans, it looks like we're going to have a draw.
We've got a draw for the opening match. I don't believe it.
There is no winner. That means no points are assigned. Fans, stick around. We'll be back with more of the Star Spangled Slammer in just a moment. Whoa.
He's American made.
Wrestling fans, make sure you join us on Saturday mornings right here for Saturday Morning Superstars of Wrestling. All of the greats from the past will be right here on Saturday mornings here on the Nation Network. Names like Rowdy Roddy Piper, Bruno Sammartino, Ricky the Dragon Steamboat, the Magnificent Morocco, and many, many more. All the action right here on the Nation Network Saturday mornings, 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. What you gonna do when the legends of wrestling run wild on you?
Fans, we are back, coming to you live from the Orlando Arena. And it is time for the Battle Royale. 8 men will enter, 4 from each organization.
It's an 8-man battle royal.
Representing the IWF, Greg the Hammer Valentine, former XWF roster member.
Well, Greg the Hammer Valentine felt that he wasn't being used properly in the XWF, and he jumped ship to the IWF, and now he's representing them in an all-or-nothing matchup.
Indeed, we've got one of the 6 matches already done, and no points on the board.
Well, no points on the board as of yet, but the night is young. It's not going to stay that way, I can guarantee you that much.
And from Honolulu, Hawaii, weighing in at 232 pounds,
Denny Brown heading down the aisle. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, currently no score. here at the Star Spangled Slammer between the two teams as we had a draw for the opening contest.
Denny Brown looking like he's ready for a fight, but he's what I call a cruiserweight, and I don't know that you're going to do so much when you're in that cruiserweight and you're in a battle royal. I just don't know.
Well, we don't know which 8 men are going to be in the battle royal. We're learning it as we go. So far, we know one half of the IWF's entrance. But don't forget, they've added a $30,000 bounty to this thing.
I know a lot of people do a lot of different things for $30,000, that's for sure.
Weighing in at 228 pounds, the Heritage Champion, Lance Von Erich.
Oh, Lance Von Erich now making up the next entrant for the IWF. You don't think that Teddy Long might be backstage pulling some last-minute switches as he sees the entrance to the IWF, do you?
Anything's possible, hey. Knowing him wouldn't surprise me at all.
We heard from the Nature Boy Ric Flair last night on the Countdown program where he's accusing Hulk Hogan of pulling the strings of Teddy Long.
Wouldn't surprise me either. Trump Hogan is always the one that's going to make sure everything goes the way he wants it to.
And who's the final member?
And from
Oh, the Assassin.
weighing in at 228 pounds, the Assassin.
So let me just point out something right now. You've got Von Erich and you've got the Assassin. These are the only two guys that ever held the American Heritage Championship here in the IWF. And Von Erich, of course, took it from the Assassin, right?
That is correct.
So do you really think they're going to be working together and then you add $30,000 up there as well? Or do you think their personal differences and their egos are going to get the better of them?
Again, it could go either way. We don't know. That's what we're here to find out.
I'm telling you right now, I've been in many, many locker rooms in the past. $30,000 is just 30,000 reasons to take care of myself. I'll find another job later if I need to.
It is a hell of a paycheck for one night's work, no doubt about it. And now let's see who's going to be representing the XWF in this Battle Royal. Oh, hold on just a moment.
Asbury Park, New Jersey, weighing in at 390 pounds, Dan Bigelow.
Well, for my money right now, he's got to be the favorite. He's a big, strong man, very agile for his size, and I just think he's going to have a massive advantage in this matchup.
You may be right. Bam Bam Bigelow, of course, was involved, to say the least, in that backlot brawl that started this whole thing off 5 months ago when Thor and a group of his cronies, including Greg the Hammer Valentine, attacked Bam Bam Bigelow in the backlot, put him through a plate glass window.
Yeah, Bam Bam's going to definitely look to settle things up here.
Weighing in at 232 pounds, AJ Styles.
Oh, AJ Styles, no stranger to the sound stages at Universal Studios, defending the XWF here tonight in this Battle Royale. Now, you mentioned earlier on Denny Brown being in that cruiserweight category, but so is AJ. Does that not even things up a bit?
Well, it depends on who the last two dudes are. I don't know yet, but we'll find out. I don't really like his odds a whole lot either, to be honest with you. I'll say one thing, he's very fortunate that Bam Bam Bigelow, hopefully for him, is on his team.
You really think Bam Bam Bigelow, after all he's been through, would turn on the XWF tonight in this match?
You know what? Never say never. That's all I can tell you. Never say never.
Ladies and gentlemen, It is in the 90s outside tonight. It is even warmer in here because the heat has turned up. Oh, take a look at this.
Nasty Boys, weighing in at that 1 pound.
Oh, I like this a lot right here.
Brian Knobs of the Nasty Boys. This is his type of match, is it not?
Yeah, definitely his type of match. Coming from the streets of New York City, they're used to brawling it out the alleyways. This is exactly the type of match that he's going to feel right at home in.
I've got to tell you, I feel pretty good about the chances for the XWF here tonight.
Yeah, I'm starting to like our odds. Let's see who the last man is, and then I can tell you for sure.
Who do we have coming? Oh, no!
Yeah, that's all I needed to see. It's now gone from bad to worse because I believe these two dudes will work together.
You don't think the 30,000 would get in their way, huh?
No, because as long as one of them wins it, they'll split it with the other one.
You believe that?
Well, I don't know. Maybe. Would you? Let's just see what happens.
Yeah, that's what I thought. All right, the participants are ready. This crowd in Orlando is ready, and we are ready. Bell sounds, wasting no time at all. It's underway, all or nothing.
Hard to believe only 2 points on the line plus $30,000.
Von Erich with a springboard taking out AJ. In the meantime, Denny Brown went for a crucifix roll-up on his own man.
Yeah, look where it's happening right here. And hey, we got the Nasty Boys even tied up with one another, it looked like.
It is controlled chaos at this moment in time. I don't see any allies, only enemies.
Well, it's still 50-50 at the moment until somebody gets eliminated, and then it'll be interesting to see how they match up.
The Assassin now going after Denny Brown. Again, they're supposed to be on the same team. Irish whip to the ropes. Valentine got caught. Knobs dropping that elbow on the hammer. And to your point right now, you made it early on. The Assassin going right after Lance Von Erich, and it does appear that perhaps losing that title is more important to him right now. And Valentine in trouble on the other side. Greg Valentine is over the top rope.
Knobs just has to push him off the apron right there. He's just got to get him off the apron.
He couldn't get it done.
Well, it's going to be easier said than done, no doubt about that.
Look at the Nasty Boys. Sags going on, attacking Knobs. I can't believe this.
What did I tell you? $30,000 gives a lot of people a lot of reasons to do things you wouldn't think they would normally do.
Well, who knows each other better than the Nasty Boys, but I can't believe that they weren't working together. Still waiting for the first elimination. There's a big boot. AJ Styles has been eliminated.
Well, I hate to say I told you so, but I said he was the cruiserweight. I told you he's too small for a match like this, and he got taken out by the other small guy.
Oh, the XWF right now in trouble. Gonna have to figure out something here. AJ Styles, the first one eliminated from this big battle royale. Meantime, into the corner. Lance Von Erich going to work on Knobs. Sags going at it with Denny Brown. Valentine on the receiving end. Oh, look out, Bam Bam Bigelow down in the ring. The Assassin wants some. Takes him down.
Denny Brown tried to remove Sags from the match, but that size differential was too much to overcome.
Oh, what a move. Oh, they're battling it out right now, ladies and gentlemen. We're down to 7. We started with 8. White Noise dropping him on the back of his neck and shoulders. And again, the Nasty Boys.
There is no love lost in this battle royal, I can tell you that for sure.
We've got action taking place, ladies and gentlemen, and all 7 of these guys are starting to feel the effects. You can see them slowing down. Knobs just brought Sags in the hard way. He could have eliminated him.
Well, he could have, but he elected not to.
This crowd absolutely loving the action here in Orlando. Over the top rope, big time. We've got 2 men hanging on, Bam Bam Bigelow and Valentine. There goes Bigelow.
Wow, that was my pick. Bam Bam Bigelow was my pick.
That definitely opens things up for anybody. Bam Bam Bigelow has been eliminated, ladies and gentlemen. It is on here in Orlando. As we get the overhead view and the action taking place. Again, the Nasty Boys still going to work on one another.
I've got to tell you, I'm real surprised in a way. A lot of things have happened so far in this matchup, but the Nasty Boys going on one another like they have, that's the biggest one for me. Even bigger than Bigelow being eliminated.
Valentine now has got Knobs up and just drives him back into the squared circle.
Little surprising he wouldn't try to eliminate him, and now instead he's going after Von Erich.
The U.S. Heritage Champion is poised on the top rope. Not a good place to be against Greg the Hammer Valentine, but he fights his way back in. We've got 1 member of each organization eliminated. It is tied up at 3 all remaining, but not too many of them getting along with each other, it appears.
Yeah, well, $30,000 will do that to you. That's just the way it is.
Bodies everywhere, ladies and gentlemen. Look at Knobs going for a pinfall. Not in this match, my friend. That's not going to happen. Man, oh man, trying to keep up with the action. Again, the Nasty Boys.
You know what? Maybe they went out for lunch and one of them didn't pick up the check or something. That's the only thing I can possibly think of.
You might be right. Man, oh man. Let the bodies hit the floor. And Sags just walked right into it.
Nice move right there by Knobs.
Meantime, now Denny Brown and Lance Von Erich of the IWF going at one another.
I don't know if everybody understands the rules of this one or not. It appears to me they don't get it.
Irish whip to the ropes now. Back out front. Denny Brown just got taken down. Meantime, both Nasty Boys are eliminated at the same time.
Wow.
And there goes Danny Brown. Oh, things not looking good right now. It's official. The IWF is going to get the win.
Yeah, no matter who wins it now, it's about $30,000. The Nasty Boys were eliminated at the same exact time. It's unbelievable.
The only question now is which of these two men is going to take home the paycheck. 30 grand. Valentine, you can see he's been busted open. Well, we can tell you for certain, 2 points for the IWF. They have the lead. Oh, this is unbelievable. Both Nasty Boys at the same exact moment. There goes Valentine. Oh!
Great timing right there by the Hammer. Hey, you know what? He's nobody's slouch. Former Intercontinental Champion, former Tag Team Champion.
Valentine now has got him. Look at this. Valentine jumped ship to the IWF and delivers them 2 big points to kick this thing off.
Well, I'll tell you what, this was an amazing battle royal with everything that was on the line and the way it all worked out. If they wouldn't have added that $30,000 in there, I don't think it would have happened the way it did, but everybody got a little bit greedy, it appears.
Oh, this one was chaotic from the get-go, ladies and gentlemen. We're trying to just keep up with the replay action, and it's too much. Look at the Nasty Boys going at one another. Here was a near-miss opportunity. Actually brought him back in at that moment. You almost wonder if that wasn't by design, figuring, listen, I might have my differences right now, but I need my partner in the ring. And here it was, Greg the Hammer Valentine putting the kibosh.
Here is your winner, Greg the Hammer Valentine.
Yeah, and he has been busted open. Valentine is bleeding like a stuck pig, but he don't care. He's got 30,000 reasons to be happy right now.
Fans will be back with more. It is the IWF leading 2-0 here in the All or Nothing sweepstakes.
Hi, it's me, Antonio Banderas. When I use my Bosch fridge, it makes me feel different. It makes me feel like Antonio Banderas.
Well, I hear you, brother. Because when I use my Bosch power tools, I feel like the Macho Man Randy Savage. You dig it?
I do dig it, Randy.
Powerful power tools.
Phenomenal appliances.
Rotary hammers.
Dishwashers.
Mighty sauce.
Induction cooktops.
Randy! Coming! Impact drivers.
Refrigerators.
Watch this. Elbow!
The more you Bosch, the more you feel like a
Bosch.
All right, fans, we are back. It's official, 2-0 for the IWF.
230 pounds, Cliff Anderson.
Well, this is one of those matches that came about very recently, but I've been looking forward to it because for a long time now I've been hearing these rumblings about this Cliff Anderson, who was the IWF champion for a while. And I'm like, who the hell is that? And I even asked Arn Anderson one day, is he really your cousin? He says, I've never met the guy. As far as he's concerned, this guy's been skating by on his name and his reputation. Well, tonight, they're going to have to settle this one-on-one because there's only one way to win the match, to leave in an ambulance.
Well, if there weren't enough pressure on Arn Anderson to win the match, his team down 2-0 makes it even that much greater.
Enforcer, Arn Anderson.
See him wearing that Brainbusters jacket, a tribute to Bobby the Brain Heenan, who had led these men for many months here in the XWF until recent events took place.
Want to send a shout out to Scott W., William Perkins, and Juan Cordero, along with Timothy, all joining us here live on the Nation Network. Welcome aboard.
Arn Anderson has been in some very tough matches in his career. Brutal matches indeed.
Yeah, he was in those bunkhouse stampede matches, and I'll tell you right now, those are crazy dangerous. This one is going to be one as well, because again, the only way to end the match is to put your man inside that ambulance and close the doors on him, and that means you pretty much got to have him done.
There are no pinfalls, submissions, disqualifications, or countouts. The only way to win is for a superstar to force their opponent into the ambulance by any means necessary. After closing both doors, the remaining superstar will be declared the winner. Now, let the match begin.
This is what it's all about, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for joining us. Make sure you hit the like button, share this thing, and subscribe if you're not already. Official as we are underway.
Cliff Anderson getting an early advantage, and I was wondering how that would play out. Look at this.
Sending Arn Anderson out to the floor, the enforcer. One of the key components of the New Age Horsemen. Going up against a man who we don't know a lot about here in the XWF.
Well, that could be half the problem right there. Anderson knows about the fact the guy's been perhaps living off of his name and his work. But if you don't know what the man's capable of, if you haven't studied film on him, then you might not be so ready for a match like this.
The enforcer now turns around, sends Cliff Anderson over the top rope. As Double A starts pounding away, driving the head of Cliff Anderson into that floor. There is a padding down, but I can tell you right now, that doesn't provide much.
Oh, he's already got him in the ambulance. It's all over. Could it be that quickly?
Cliff Anderson fighting to hold that door open and slams it into the head of the enforcer. And now Double A with a kick right upside the ear. That'll knock the equilibrium off.
Arn Anderson's going to have to just do what he does best. One thing about the Horsemen, they've always been is great when there's no rules to slow them down. I expect to see him pulling out some foreign objects. I expect him to do some real damage to Cliff Anderson, and if he ain't bleeding, I'll be amazed.
Oh, and you just called it. Anderson just busted him wide open. Oh, he's a mess.
Yep, that's what the enforcer's all about. I knew he was going to do that.
And now Cliff Anderson. We'll see how he deals with the sight of his own blood. The enforcer back in control here. Has him up. Brings him over. What's he going to do with him? Oh, no. Shoulder breaker. I thought he's going to drive him into that steel rail.
It's all legal on this one.
Indeed it is. Swinging him in. Oh, he caught him with a back kick. His head hit the steel ramp there to the ambulance on the way down.
Well, that's part of the match too, man. That's part of the weapons.
Nice reversal there, and Cliff Anderson has got Arn in trouble. And he sends Arn Anderson into the back of the ambulance. Trying to close that door. Double A fighting to keep it from closing and just drove it into the head doing perhaps further damage to Cliff Anderson.
And he is really busted him open bad. He is in bad shape right now, this Cliff Anderson. I don't know how much, with the amount of blood he's losing right now, he's not going to be able to last too long.
Throwing him head first into the back, and again trying to close the door. Anderson fighting for all he's worth. And still managed. Wow, he's in bad shape, ladies and gentlemen.
The enforcer right now, he's doing everything in his power to end this thing quickly. He's not trying to stay around. I think part of it is the fact that his team is down 2 points to none, but I think a bigger part of the problem right now is he just doesn't like him.
Hurls him back into the ambulance one more time. And the battle is on. Will Arn Anderson be able to shut that door this time? Cliff Anderson fighting back and manages to stay off.
In order to close both of those doors, you're going to have to really put your man into a bad position. And I'll tell you, Cliff Anderson's already in a pretty bad spot.
He's a bloody mess is what he is. You know, you made a prediction earlier on that I've got to tell you I agree with, and I'm surprised for both of us that we haven't seen it, and that is neither of these men have really taken advantage of the no disqualification portion of this match. No weapons have been brought out, at least not as of yet. Cliff Anderson driving Arn into that, what is that, about a 1-inch mat?
Yeah, about an inch and a half thick mat. It doesn't provide much of it. I mean, is it better than cement? Maybe. But does it provide any cushion? No, not really.
Look at this. Arn Anderson now thrown back into the ambulance. Cliff Anderson trying to close the door. A level of desperation I detect.
Well, yeah, I mean, he's got to know right now. He can't see how bad it is, but he's got to see all that blood coming down. And he's got to start thinking to himself, listen, I can't let this thing go much longer. I've got to put my man away while I have the opportunity.
They tie up. And now what? Arn Anderson head first. Sending Cliff Anderson into that steel corner of the ring.
Yeah, I believe the corner there is probably worse than anything else around here because you've got sheets of lumber that go across there. You got a steel frame going across there. There's all kinds of corners and edges you can get caught on there.
The battle continues. Anderson just knocked him senseless, and now Cliff Anderson trying to fight his way out, otherwise this match is over. Can Arn Anderson close the door and seal the deal? No!
I thought he had it. It looked like he had it.
Cliff Anderson now fighting for all he's worth because Arn Anderson clearly is in the driver's seat at this point in time.
Well, I want to know is will he be in the driver's seat of the ambulance on the way out of the building?
Wrenching the head and neck of Arn Anderson. The battle continues here ringside. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're just joining us, it is 2-0 in favor of the IWF. Big knee right to the head. Now Arn Anderson seems like he might be out. And wait a minute. What is... Cliff Anderson is going up.
He's on top of the ambulance, and now he comes off.
Down across the back of Arn Anderson. The battle of the Andersons is on, and right now Cliff is in control. Oh, this crowd really soaking it in. Arn Anderson thrown into the back. Cliff Anderson sends him into the ambulance, and now gonna try and seal the deal.
Well, he's doing everything he can right now. Cliff Anderson, again, he knows the desperation right now. He's been there, he's there right now, understanding that if he doesn't take advantage of this, if he doesn't seal this deal, it might not happen again.
Arn Anderson trying to fight out. Oh, and he does, just barely.
Well, I'll tell you, both of these dudes right now have been very close to being eliminated in this one.
Arn Anderson attacking the arm now. And still, nobody has gone to using any weapons, which I'm amazed. Now they're going to battle it out on top of the ambulance.
Why not? It's all part of the match.
Arn Anderson waiting for his moment. Oh, Cliff just caught him.
He better be careful he doesn't end up landing on the fans.
Anderson. Oh, my goodness. Cliff Anderson just sent Arn Anderson off that ambulance.
Yeah, it's all even right now. Momentum being whatever. I'd say Cliff Anderson has done a tremendous job of turning the tempo of this one around. It could be a 4-0 lead.
Oh, nice reversal by the enforcer. And Double A with a chop block to the knee. You're not going to go. Why in the world would you do this?
Well, now it's become a game of one-upsmanship, in my opinion.
Arn Anderson, oh my goodness!
Right down across the shoulders, and he was in an upright position. He took a lot of damage with that one.
I cannot believe that Cliff Anderson is even on his feet after that one. Look at this reversal. Man, oh man, ladies and gentlemen, this is what it's all about. Cliff Anderson just put Arn Anderson in the back of the ambulance. And again, gonna close the door. Arn Anderson in trouble.
Well, Cliff Anderson hasn't sealed the deal yet, but he's gonna try.
How much does he have left? He's pushing with all his strength. And Arn Anderson once again able to escape.
Man, oh man, I'll tell you right now, I'm not liking Arn's chances right here. Did you see what he just did there? That was smart. Use that ramp to catch his legs. All the weight came down on the shoulders or the neck, and he's going to do it again.
Twice in a row. Good point right there made by my colleague. Arn Anderson looks exhausted right now. And Cliff Anderson is going to try and make this one official. It'll be a 4-0 lead for the IWF if he can just close that door. He did it! He did it!
Wow, I can't believe what I'm seeing right now.
Cliff Anderson just defeated Arn Anderson. As we take a look at the replay, ladies and gentlemen, oh my goodness.
I've got to tell you, I've seen a lot of crazy stuff happen in the world of pro wrestling, but I don't know that anything's going to match up to this.
It is official. It's 4-0 for the IWF. What a match, ladies and gentlemen. And that is a major victory right there for that man.
Arn Anderson kept on battling it back, and I'll tell you, it was those two moves. Here it is right here. Watch this feet.
Indeed, his feet got caught on that ramp. All the weight on the back of his head and on the neck.
Here is your winner, Cliff Anderson.
This is a shocker, ladies and gentlemen. 4-0 for the IWF. We'll be back in just a moment.
Well, let me tell everybody something. America is back. 2024 was a great year. And in 2025, we made the decision to make America great again. And what better way? With real American beer. We're bringing America back together in 2025 with real American beer. So what you gonna do when real American beer and all my Hulkamaniacs run wild on you?
All right, fans, we are back here in Orlando. I don't know what to say right now. We might be out of a job real soon.
Well, speak for yourself. I've got bookings everywhere I go.
The following contest is a tag team ladder match and is for the International Wrestling Tag Team Championship. And at a combined weight of 506 pounds, Mondo Clyde and
Mondo Clean entering along with a Stomper, representing the Nasty organization. Nasty Ronnie right there. Those tag team titles hanging 15 feet above the ring. Whichever team can get one of their men up that ladder to secure the title and bring them down, they will not only be the IWF Tag Team Champions, but it will either be an almost insurmountable 6-0 lead, or it'll be a 4-2. But we know 2 points will be decided here tonight.
You know, right now we got to start thinking back to that opening contest that went to a time limit draw. What if there weren't a time limit? Then, you know what? Who's to say where we'd be right now?
the International Wrestling Tag Team Champions and the Extreme Tag Team Champions, Diamond Dallas Page and Dusty Rhodes, American made.
They are the reigning IWF Tag Team Champions. And that is what they'll be competing for, but perhaps more important than that right now, indeed, would be the 2 points involved.
Yeah, no doubt about it. All the weight in the world on the shoulders of the tag team champions right here. Look at this. Both of them opening up with shots that had no effect.
Mondo Clean and the Stomper were victorious in a 4-way Texas Tornado match. It was one of the most brutal matches that I have seen in a very long time. And the thought that they could be back at 100% just 2 weeks later, I'm not so sure. Mondo now setting up that ladder. Let's see if he's going to try. Indeed he does. Decides to scale. Dusty Rhodes just pushed it out from underneath him.
Well, I'll tell you, the American Dream, Dusty Rhodes and Diamond Dallas Page, they've got to be on their A-game here tonight. They can't take any chances whatsoever.
You know, in the world of sports, how many times have you seen a team that's gone up 3-0 in a series, looked like it was all wrapped up, and then all of a sudden 4 straight for the other team to win it?
Well, it doesn't happen often, but it has happened on more than one occasion. And right now, the American Dream, Dusty Rhodes, is having a hard time trying to come up with some offense on old Mondo Clean right here.
Raking the face of Dusty Rhodes into the mat. Meantime on the floor, Diamond Dallas Page not faring so well. Dusty Rhodes has got that ladder. Oh, look at Mondo with a steel chair. Dusty takes that out of his hands. Diamond Dallas Page comes down off the top rope. And now Nasty Ronnie, what in the world's he doing?
Whatever he wants, it's all legal. He took off the turnbuckle. There's no one to replace it. No referee in this one.
Trying to get the belt. Oh, Dusty Rhodes manages to knock him off just in the nick of time. I'll tell you, I'm starting to get nervous. Steel chair to the head, and that one had an effect.
Well, did it really? Because look at this, Mondo coming right back with some more offense as if he didn't get hit at all.
Diamond Dallas Page fighting over the chair now with a stopper. Meantime, Dusty Rhodes unloading with some right hands. Look at that steel chair. It is mangled. The stomper doing a number on Diamond Dallas. Meantime, Dusty Rhodes driving that fist into the head.
Another ladder comes into the ring courtesy of the Stomper and Dusty Rhodes. Now we've got two ladders in there.
Double trouble or double your fun, I suppose, depending which way you want to look at it. But right now, the IWF. Oh, Dallas Page, the back of his head caught, I believe, the corner of that ladder. From behind, Diamond Dallas Page now has got the Stomper, and he plants him face first. Mondo trying to get the tag team titles, and Dallas Page takes him off the ladder.
It's a tough landing right there when you're 15 feet above the ring. The impact is a whole lot rougher than normal.
Tilt-a-whirl gutbuster right there. Dusty Rhodes trying to use that ladder as a weapon. Had a hard time getting around his fallen tag team partner in Diamond Dallas Page, and now Dusty going to work with the elbows. The American Dream unloading on the Stomper, and now turning his attention, I thought, to Mondo for a moment, but Mondo is busy with Diamond Dallas Page, and Page not doing too well here tonight.
Well, right now the XWF isn't doing so well here tonight, and something's going to have to give.
Mondo has got the championship title in his hand. Can he pull it down?
Dusty again able to pull him off of there at the last possible moment, but I'll tell you, that's a dangerous game they've been playing.
Dusty Rhodes now caught from behind. Diamond Dallas Page with that DDP off the ropes, and that's what won them the titles. The Stomper's down. Mondo is down.
He should have gone and climbed up right there. That was a great opportunity.
I've got to agree with you there, because this is the first time that they have had control of the match. The champions have got to retain this. Look at that ladder is flying around the ring. Somebody's going to get seriously injured. Steel chair across the ribs. Diamond Dallas Page, Dusty Rhodes both heading outside the ring. We've got a table now being set up by Dallas Page.
Well, as I look right now at Dusty Rhodes and Dallas Page, I feel like they're, oh wow, what a move right there.
Dusty might be out.
I feel like they're more looking to see who can hand out the most punishment rather than going for the victory. That's a mistake.
Diamond Dallas Page is in a world of trouble right now, ladies and gentlemen. Mondo going up now. He's got the title. Can he pull it down? Dusty Rhodes. Oh, wow, he landed right on the back of his head.
You've got to know where your opponents are when you go up that ladder, because that's exactly the kind of thing that'll happen.
Mondo with Dusty Rhodes. Nice power slam right there on the American Dream.
Yeah, that's nearly 300 pounds, too. Not so easy to maneuver. He made it look easy.
Driving the knee from the top rope. I don't know how much longer, fans, but right now things are looking really good if you're in the camp of the IWF. There's an elbow drop. Back and forth the action goes. Oh, there's a shot by the American Dream. Dusty Rhodes had no effect whatsoever. Back body drop. Oh, through the table.
Yeah, he caught it. Didn't break through it, but he definitely caught it. Nice move right there by Page, though, to remember it was there and use it.
Steel chair raining down on the back or the chest of Diamond Dallas Page. I've got to tell you right now, things not going well at all. Mondo clean with a Boston Crab. There's no submissions in this match, however. Look at this. The stopper is up. He's got the championship belt. Can he pull it down?
We've got new tag team champions right here.
No, the save was made by Diamond Dallas Page in the last possible second. Oh, that was dangerously close, and now Page plants on face first. Mondo clean. Going up for the butt. Can he do it?
Dallas is there. He's going to try and knock that ladder out from under him. He does. He's still hanging on. He's still hanging on to the belt.
And Mondo clean. He's got it. He pulled it down.
Wow.
I can't believe it. Just like that, ladies and gentlemen, the IWF have taken a commanding lead in this matchup.
Well, we take a look at the replay here, and I gotta tell you what, I've seen it all.
Just the ending alone. Hard to believe.
Dusty Rhodes right here was pulling out. That was like a 20-foot ladder, it looked like he was pulling out at that moment.
All four of these men took a beating, and when you talk about Nasty Ronnie's guys, that match they were in just to qualify for this match. Look at him hanging there, and he's still grabbing the belt and pulls it down.
Here are your winners, and the new International Wrestling Tag Team Champions, Mondo and
Fans, it is a 6-0 lead for the IWF. We'll be back with more in just a few moments.
You have what it takes to become a professional wrestler. Become part of the fast-paced, slam-bam world of professional wrestling by joining the official IWF Training Center. Learn training and conditioning methods from professionals and find out what it takes to become a superstar in pro wrestling. You have tried the rest, so learn from the best at the IWF Training Center by calling area code 407-438-6411. Area code 407-438-6411. Don't miss it. Be there.
All right, fans, we are back live from Orlando. I can't believe what we've seen here tonight.
Well, it's not over yet, and there's still enough points on the board, but it's an uphill battle at this point in time.
Chubby MC heading to the ring. Crowd not responding so well to Chubby.
Well, you know what? He turned his back on his partner, and a lot of people don't like that.
Understandably so. I'll tell you some of the things I don't like. I don't like the fact that the XWF is trailing 6-0 on the board at this moment.
Yeah, it's been a bit of a one-sided battle thus far, and there have been some major upsets already. But I keep on saying, and I'll say it again, let's go back. Let's go back to that very first match. 0 points. This event could be over right now, depending how that one would have turned out, or it could still be a tightly contested battle.
Once again, welcome to everybody joining us here live on the Nation Network.
From San Antonio, Texas, weighing in at 200.
Scott W. in the house. Big JH is here. Donnell Mason is here. William Perkins is in the house as well. Smooth Realism. And Judd, of course. I've got to tell you right now, I am concerned about the future of the XWF.
Well, I'm a little concerned myself, but hey, everyone knew what the rules were coming into tonight. They all knew what was on the line. And I'll tell you, it's going to blow up in the face of Chump Hogan because he's the one that had to give complete control over to Teddy Long as the general manager rather than sacrifice the title, which he ended up losing a couple of weeks later anyway.
All right, this one's going to be personal, and it's going to be over as soon as one of these men puts the other through a table.
Yep, pretty simple, but there's no points in this one as they are both representing the IWF, so there's no points to be had in this match.
Up against the ropes now, and Chubby MC stomping down on the chest of Odessa Slim. Fans, I am really shocked at where we're at right now tonight. I didn't expect to be down 6-0 heading into the latter half of this show.
Well, as the old saying goes, that's why we have the matches. You can look at it on paper and you can make your prediction and you can talk about stats all night long till the cows come home. But at the end of the day, you got to let them go out there and do what they're going to do, and then we'll find out who the winner is because, as we know, on any given day, anyone can be beaten.
Well, that is for sure, and that's what we're seeing right here tonight. The Renegades have risen. And now that table being thrown on top of Chubby MC. Oh, he drove the fist into the table that was laced across the head of Chubby MC.
Yeah, Odessa getting very creative with the use of that table, and it's all legal, of course, in this match. You can do anything you want with anything you can get your hands on. The only way for the match to end is to put your opponent through a table, but that's it.
Again across. Oh, I thought he was going to do something. Oh, man, he's using that table as a weapon, which is perfectly legal in this match. Odessa Slim able to cut the legs out from under it.
Well, that might have been a move of self-preservation right there because he knows that Odessa's real close to putting him through there.
Down across the knee. And now what? Biting the hand. I'll tell you right now, they are not friends anymore. Irish whip to the ropes, back out front, nobody home. Has him up across the shoulders, and now what? Oh, no, this is it right here. Chubby MC gets the victory.
He powerbombed him right through the table, and that's it.
Well, we knew that it was going to come down to a moment, and that was the moment. I'll tell you right now, ladies and gentlemen, I don't think I predicted a correct match yet this evening.
Well, it's really hard to predict a tables match because freak things happen. In this case, the power won out.
We'll be back with more of the Star Spangled Slammer in just a moment. History-making night here on the Nation Network.
There's only one man who can tell the world all that goes on in pro wrestling.
I'm Captain Lou, and I'm talking to you about the world of pro wrestling. Call me. I'm telling you. This number's for you. Mom, you raised a great son.
There'll be no more calls for you, Lou. My boys and I are taking you in. Get it. Come on.
I got a right to make one phone call, and so do you.
Lou Albano's Wrestling Hotline, available until further notice or a hearing. Call now. $1.50 for the first minute, 35 cents each additional minute.
All right, fans, one of the most eagerly anticipated matches of the night. There are no points involved in this one, but when you talk about pride on the line, you're talking about Ravishing Rick Rude and the Macho Man Randy Savage. There are no rules, no regulations. Anything goes.
Well, anything goes is definitely the name of the match. I mean, you can do whatever you want to your opponent. We know what the Macho Man is capable of. The last time these two got in the ring together, it was an absolute bloodbath.
Be curious to see if we get more of the same, although I've got a feeling.
Yeah, I'd be more surprised if we didn't.
We welcome Mitch Kofsky to the Nation. Thank you so much for joining us. And here comes the Macho Man Randy Savage. We saw 4 weeks ago what happened when these two men met up. Rick Rude went on the floor, tried to clothesline the Macho Man. Savage ducked it out, and instead it was Elizabeth that got clotheslined and taken out.
Yeah, she hasn't been back to a live event since, and that's almost a month now, so. But you're talking about like a 105-pound woman going up against Ravishing Rick Rude or running clothesline. I mean, what do you expect?
Oh, the Macho Man in all his glory. And he has been waiting and waiting for this night.
Well, we all have, really, because I'll tell you, I think there's going to be a certain kind of a venom that comes from the Macho Man when that bell rings that we've yet to see.
I'm actually surprised they waited for the bell, but there it is, and it's official. Ravishing Rick Rude with that clothesline, this time hits his target. The Macho Man Randy Savage, what's he got in mind here? Right off the bat, over the top rope, throat first across the top. And now, there we go, Savage with a steel chair, no surprise.
Yeah, he's going to town early on. I'm surprised he put it away already. Look at this, going for a cover.
One count on Ravishing Rick Rude. I don't believe for a moment that the Macho Man wants to win it that quickly. I think he wants to punish this man even more.
Well, once again, this is a match that is a promotional match. It's the XWF wrestlers going head-to-head, which means there's no points aside. This is not an all-or-nothing matchup.
Hammering away on the head of Ravishing Rick Rude. Macho Man Randy Savage. These two men really, think about it, going into this match, might be looking at the scoreboard right now saying, hey, this could be our last chance, and if you're the Macho Man, this could be my last chance to settle up with this guy because the XWF, the way things are going right now, this might be our last night. Savage comes driving that knee right into the head. Wait a minute, what's going on here? Tully Blanchard.
Uh-oh, watch out. Members coming in of the Horsemen, and we knew this was going to be a likely thing to happen. Now the Horsemen rules as we know them.
And it's all legal. Tully Blanchard has just attacked. Savage going to the back, perhaps for some help. Oh, the Four Horsemen, this is what they do.
Well, is it the Four Horsemen or the New Age Horsemen?
Oh, Rude, once again missing the target.
He took out Tully Blanchard with that chair, but it was another accident.
Man, don't ever give that man a loaded weapon.
He must go to the same shooting range as Alec Baldwin.
Across the eyes now as the action spills out to the floor. The New Age Horsemen are showing exactly what they're made of here tonight as this is turning into a 2-on-1 beatdown. Wait, what's going on here? Oh, the Road Warriors. Hawk has just come out to even things up. Members of the Immortals.
Well, now it's getting a little bit crazier than normal.
When you take away the rule book, ladies and gentlemen, anything can happen, and right now we're seeing it. Rude going for a save made.
Well, this is ridiculous. It's supposed to be one-on-one, no holds barred.
Well, it is no hold barred, but right now you've got 4 men involved in the match. Ravishing Rick Rude going to the top rope.
Ravishing Rick Rude has a lot to prove after the beatdown he took last time. Hold on just a moment. What's this?
That's Greg the Hammer Valentine. What is he doing? There's a cover and a 2 count. And Valentine has targeted for some reason. Oh, he was going for the figure 4 leg lock.
Yeah, I've got an idea what the reason would be because of the reason that he was sent out of the XWF in the first place.
DDT the Macho Man. Oh boy, this one is going to be chaotic, ladies and gentlemen. Ravishing Rick Rude choking out Randy Savage. Action in the ring, action outside the ring. Suplex, oh, nicely done, right into the turnbuckles. I still can't believe Greg Valentine, of all people, coming to the aid of the Macho Man Randy Savage. Shot to the head right there. Irish whip into the turnbuckle. And the slam. And now the Macho Man going up to the top rope. Look at this. Valentine with a figure 4 leg lock on Rick Rude and Randy Savage.
He wants him to get back up to his feet. I'm not sure why, but Tully Blanchard is in trouble.
Ravishing Rick Rude. The numbers game has turned against him now. Greg Valentine unloading with some heavy hits. And now the steel chair, as if it weren't enough already. And here comes the enforcer, Arn Anderson.
Well, I guess he didn't go to the hospital or he got back from the hospital, one or the other.
There's a steel chair to the head of the enforcer. There's 2. And Rude gets the shoulder up. The Macho Man is shocked. And here comes the heavyweight champion, Mr. Perfect.
Well, on this page, The New Age Horsemen are now in full strength here. Everybody getting involved in this one.
There's a rude awakening, and that might be enough. Oh, my goodness. The steel steps into the Macho Man's ribs. He's still got a shoulder off.
Not sure how he managed to do that. First the rude awakening, then the steel steps. That should be enough to put him in a hospital.
Oh, good night. Stop the match. Stop the match already.
There's no stopping this thing. You got to have a winner.
Ted DiBiase, are you kidding me? What's his game?
Makes you wonder. I'm not entirely sure. It's not like he's doing it for the money. He's got more money than he knows what to do with.
Inverted atomic knee dropping now. The XWF champion, he's got a match later tonight. This was not a smart move on the part of Kurt Hennig to get involved in this.
Not at all. He gets hurt right now, and that's going to carry him into the match with Flair later.
Steel stairs just went flying. There's a powerbomb by Ravishing Rick Rude. We've got to try to remember there's an actual match taking place inside the squared circle right now. We've got chaos here in Orlando.
Well, this place might be enough to contain the energy of the NBA's Orlando Magic, but I'm not so sure they can contain the energy of what's happening here between the IWF and the XWF.
This crowd is raucous right now. They are seeing the show of a lifetime, and they know it. This battle has become unmeasurable. Savage was going for the cover. Arn Anderson with the save. And there's a DDT.
Yeah, well, they could have used that earlier tonight. It would have come into use, but we'll see what happens now. Went for, I think, a pile driver, but the Road Warrior having nothing to do with it.
Rude slips in the back door in the meantime. Got to go for the cover. He's got two. He got him. Ravishing Rick Rude gets the victory.
Throughout all the chaos, throughout all the mayhem, Ravishing Rick Rude kept his eye on the prize. He stayed focused, and that's why he's going to get the big win here tonight.
Well, there you see that steel chair to the head. Catching his teammate.
Well, we've seen one thing about Rick Rude over the last several weeks. Sometimes he gets a little reckless, and sometimes he misses the target, but at the end of the day, did he get the win?
He did indeed get the victory over the Macho Man Randy Savage. That's even that up a bit, 1-1. Savage took the first one.
Well, I'm not sure. We may not have heard the last of these two guys yet. The future is still unknown around here.
Bodies flying everywhere. That DDT right there by Arn Anderson probably helped Ravishing Rick Rude secure that victory more than anything. There's your winner, ladies and gentlemen. Ravishing Rick Rude and the New Age Horsemen. Unbelievable. We'll be back with more in just a moment.
Boo all you want. All I see are dollar signs. The overcharger can charge for expensive car repairs because your warranty expired and there's nothing you can do about it.
And overcharging, your days are done. Woo! The Ninja Boys teamed up with Car Shield, the Bill Lauren, mechanic of your choosing, Auto Avenger, and we're treating bullies like him to a buffet of woo! Car Shield cars go farther. Woo!
Once again, fans back here live from the Orlando Arena, home of the NBA Orlando Magic.
And is for the International Wrestling Heavyweight Championship.
This is the match that I've been waiting for the IWF Championship. Hulk Hogan going up against Thor.
I'll say this much right now, Chump Hogan, it's not just about the IWF Championship. This time around, it's about a really needed 2 points. At this point, they're not on the board. It's his company. How's it going to be your company if you can't keep it?
You know, when this whole thing started 5 months back, there were a lot of people that asked the question, myself included, where is Hulk Hogan as this chaos was coming down? And it took at least a month, a little longer to be honest, before he finally showed up in the last moment at Rise of the Renegades. But you have to wonder, has too much happened? Has he allowed too much damage to take place?
Well, right now, I can tell you he's chasing momentum, and that's not a good place to be. You never want to be the one chasing it. You want to be the one in control of it.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, the rules for this match I can tell you right now. Pinfall or submission. There's no over the top in this cage match.
Well, that makes it a little bit more interesting, and I believe that might actually give Chump Hogan an advantage.
As we take a look at the reigning IWF Heavyweight Champion, this is Thor.
As we look back at the matches earlier on tonight, I thought Arn Anderson was definitely going to come out a victor. He did not. That opening contest, we didn't get a winner. We didn't get a loser. We got a draw, 0 points. There are 2 points missing off the scoreboard. Hell, even one right now would be a difference maker.
Introducing the challenger from Venice Beach, California, weighing in at 303 pounds, the immortal Hulk Hogan.
Fans, this place is about to come unglued.
Weighing in at 248 pounds, the International Wrestling Heavyweight Champion.
Fans will be back with the start of this match in just a moment. Stay with us.
You have what it takes to become a professional wrestler. Become part of the fast-paced, slam-bam world of professional wrestling by joining the official IWF Training Center. Learn training and conditioning methods from professionals and find out what it takes to become a superstar in pro wrestling. You have tried the reps, so learn from the best at the IWF Training Center by calling area code 407-438-6411, area code 407-438-6411. Don't miss it. Be there.
There's only one man who can tell the world all that goes on in pro wrestling.
I'm Captain Lou, and I'm talking to you about the world of pro wrestling. Call me. I'm telling you. This number's for you. Mom, you raised a great son.
There'll be no more calls for you, Lou. My boys and I are taking you in. Get it. Come on.
I got a right to make one phone call, and so do you.
Lou Albano's Wrestling Hotline, available until further notice or a hearing. Call now, $1.50 for the first minute, 35 cents each additional minute.
All right, fans, match is underway. Thor with a big kick to the head. Early on, getting the advantage over Hulk Hogan. He says the only reason he's never beaten Hulk Hogan is he's never met Hulk Hogan, which is true.
Well, it's true that he's never met him. I don't know if that's the only reason he's never beat him, but we'll have to find out here. There's a 1 count. Hogan easily able to kick out of that one. I'll say this, I'm glad they took away that rule about going over the top, because I would hate to see this thing come down to a victory like that. Settle this thing in the ring, one-on-one, get a pinfall, get a submission, get a clean-cut winner.
You know, the battle back and forth between Hogan and Thor that we have witnessed over the last several weeks, we have seen a lot of damage done on both sides. And what we know about Thor is he's got that move, that variation of what we used to refer to as the Polish hammer, that he calls hammer time, and he pulled that out a week ago with absolutely no warning, going up against Denny Brown, and absolutely cleaned his clock with it. Elbows to the midsection, and now Hogan ties up, sends him into the ropes, back out front, drop down, nicely done. Big elbow, finding the mark, and Hogan now wants him back up on his feet. Let's see what he can do. Clothesline.
I can't believe I'm here cheering for Chump Hogan, but at this point in time, I really don't have a choice in the matter. I don't have other. It's the only dog in the fight I've got right now.
Clothesline by Thor. And both of these men are going to rely on the power game here. Thus far, neither one using that cage as a weapon. Hogan to the ropes, got caught in a power slam. Small package, look at this. Has the shoulders down.
Yeah, but it's a little too early to try and get a win off of that.
Heavy right hands by Hogan, stomping away. Driving the knee down into the head. Oh, and he caught him with that one, and that busted him open. Thor is bleeding.
Well, it's a steel cage match, so I'm not that surprised to see it.
And he hurls him into the ropes. Hogan now with a big boot to the head. Goes for a cover, thinks he might have him. It'll be over quickly. Here's one. Here's almost two.
Well, not the first time we've seen Thor busted open, and he always finds a way to battle back.
Hogan with a leg drop. That might be enough for a new champion. We got a 1 count, and again able to kick out.
Hogan can't believe it, but it's early in the match. But yeah, a lot of damage has been done.
Hogan could not hold him. Thor with a DDT. Irish whip reversal by Hogan, sends him into the turnbuckle. And now Thor changing places, comes running up on Hogan with a clothesline, and down goes the Hulkster. Cover, shoulders are on the canvas, but he kicks out.
Well, Hogan's got the early advantage, but he's going to have to do something to maintain that, because as we've seen all night long, getting out to an early lead doesn't mean anything. It's who wins the match at the end of the night, and the XWF absolutely has to have this one.
Hogan dropping him on that top turnbuckle head first. Hogan says, get back up. I'm not done with you yet. Boot to the midsection. Back body drop, and Hogan goes for the ride. Thor with a shot to the midsection of Hogan. Has him up. Pile driver. Oh, no.
That might be all she wrote. He dropped him on his head, and that might be it.
There's one, and the shoulder comes off the canvas. He has been referred to as the Immortal One. He leads the Immortals. It's hammer time and a cover, but only one.
And with that steel cage, there's nowhere to run. There's no going outside the ring to try and catch your breath.
Thor using that top rope as a weapon to the ropes. Hogan got caught, hurled into the air, and again Thor goes for the cover. Does not hook the leg, gets one.
You gotta hook the leg. You gotta do the little things if you want to maintain that championship. You're going up against a guy who knows his business.
And look at Thor now calling to the fans. What is he thinking? Oh, I thought he was going to go up to the top. Hammer time off the top rope. This will be a monumental victory, ladies and gentlemen, if Thor somehow finds a way. Down across the top rope.
Hogan having a lot of trouble keeping momentum going right now, and Thor seems to be doing a pretty good job of it.
The IWF came here to fight tonight. They are fighting for recognition. They are fighting for respect. No matter how tonight ends, they have definitely earned both of those. Oh, now Hogan on the backbreaker. Is he going to be able to survive this one?
He managed to get out of it, but we know Hogan's got some bad ribs. He's got a bad back. He's not at 100%.
Back body drop by Hogan, and now the Hulkster turning things around. Big boot drops him. Oh, I thought he might go for the cover. Hogan, choke slam. Oh, my goodness, into the turnbuckle pad.
Not sure why he's pulling him away from the ropes. There's no worry about that in a match like this unless he's trying to position him for something else.
Indeed, he is. Drops the leg, Hogan. He got him. We've got a new IWF Heavyweight Champion.
Wow, I'll tell you right now, again, I can't believe this. The fact that I've got to sit here and be cheering for Chump Hogan, but that means that we're still alive in this thing mathematically.
Fans, it is crazy right now here in the Orlando Arena. And indeed, to the point that the body made, the score is 6-2, and we still have 4 points in that main event that will decide perhaps the outcome of this whole thing. Oh, we take a look at the replay, ladies and gentlemen. This has been crazy. What a night, and we're not done.
Well, I still can't believe it, but I'm here to say Chump Hogan victorious, and he buys us a little bit of a breathing room.
The IWF Heavyweight Champion of the World is Hulk Hogan. Fans, when we come back, we're going to put an end to it once and for all. Who is the guest referee? We're going to find out in just a few moments here.
Chump Hogan is enjoying every moment of this, and I gotta tell you right now, he deserves to do that because he's kept his team's dreams alive in this match. With those 2 points and the 4 that remain, there's still a chance for the XWF to get out of here without losing.
Yeah, but what would happen? It would be a tie.
I don't know what happens in the case of a tie. Nobody really planned for that. I think the whole idea of putting 4 points on the main event was that it wouldn't be a tie, but now all of a sudden.
Fans, we'll be back in just a moment. The XWF World Championship when we return.
If I have to fold one more box, I'm gonna snap.
Did you say snap? Snap it to a Slim Jim! Need a little excitement? Snap it to a Slim Jim!
The following is a special referee match and is for the Extreme Championship.
All right, fans, who is the guest referee? Are you kidding me?
Holy cow.
Please welcome the special referee for this match, Shaquille
The hometown hero, the center for the Orlando Magic, Shaquille O'Neal, is going to be the referee.
Well, when you talk about home field advantage, this is what you're talking about right here. Shaquille O'Neal to come in as the guest referee in the house that Shaq built.
Well, I can reiterate everything that Theodore Long said. Nobody is going to intimidate this man. No one's going to push him around.
Oh, definitely not, man. He's used to banging around with guys like Patrick Ewing and Hakeem Olajuwon. I think he can handle Flair and Hennig just fine. Now the question is, being an NBA player, that's one thing, but does he know how to referee professional wrestling? That's a totally different animal.
This crowd absolutely erupted at the sight of Shaquille O'Neal. And now it is time for the actual participants. The decibel levels in this place are through the roof right now, ladies and gentlemen. I don't mind telling you.
Yeah, I'm sitting right next to you, and I can barely hear what you're saying right now. It is so loud here in the Orlando Arena.
The Nature Boy, Ric Flair, 16-time World Heavyweight Champion. Will he be able to add the XWF Championship to that resume?
You know, let's not forget another important fact. Perfect got involved in that match earlier on tonight. Ric Flair did not.
That does make one wonder, doesn't it?
Yeah, I'd say so.
And here comes the XWF World Heavyweight Champion, Mr. Perfect Curt Hennig. We heard Ric Flair earlier saying that perfect will not be good enough tonight. You have to be better than perfect. Can he do it?
Well, you know what? Perfect normally is enough. Being perfect should get it done, right? But you're going up against Ric Flair. It's a little bit different. To be the man, you got to beat the man. Whether he's got the belt or not, everyone recognizes the Nature Boy Ric Flair as the man.
Fans, I'll tell you right now, this is going to be one for the ages. With all the stuff we have seen go down tonight, the shock, the surprise, the upsets.
Introducing the challenger. From Charlotte, North Carolina, weighing in at 243 pounds, Rick Flash. And his opponent, from Robbinsdale, Minnesota, weighing in at 260 pounds, the Extreme Champion, Mr. Perfect!
All right, fans, this is what we've been waiting for, ladies and gentlemen. Shaquille O'Neal says, hand over the title. Shows it to the Nature Boy, Ric Flair. And now to the audience in attendance here in the Orlando Arena. No disqualifications, no countouts. There must be a winner.
Well, that's the way we want it here tonight. And again, there's no points involved in this match, as this is between the XWF wrestlers. As a matter of fact, stablemates to make it even more interesting. And here's a quick attempt right here by the Nature Boy, Ric Flair, Shaquille O'Neal with a pretty good count.
Flair trying real early to see if he can catch Perfect off guard. Here's a shot to the midsection. Flair has him up now. Oh, and he dropped Perfect head first. Driving the knee of the champion into the canvas, and we know what that's all about.
Well, yeah, he's going to try and set him up for that figure four leg lock, and Ric Flair never going to waste time. He's going to always get ahead of the game with that.
Perfect attacking the knee now of Ric Flair. And in recent weeks, we have seen Perfect steal that figure four leg lock, for the lack of a better term, to send a message to Flair. There's a 2 count.
Yeah, that one seemed a little bit faster to me, if you're asking for my opinion. I believe that count might have been just a little bit faster. I hope that we're going to have some consistency out of this referee. You know, he's an NBA player, right?
Of course he is.
Well, I'm just saying, I don't know if they're bright enough to count to 3.
I beg your pardon. Shaquille O'Neal is a standout athlete, and a collegiate one at that. From the great state of Louisiana State University, Shaquille O'Neal in front of his hometown crowd. And a baseball bat brought to the match.
Did you hear what Perfect just said? He says, you thought you were the dirtiest player in the game. He just told that to Ric Flair.
You've got better ears than I do if you heard that.
Oh, I heard it clear. Flair claimed he's the dirtiest player in the game, and this plays right into his wheelhouse, which I'll be honest with you, I kind of believe it does, but none of that'll matter.
Under the bottom rope. Look at Shaquille O'Neal as he's watching over the action. Elbow drop to the back of the neck, going for the cover. Will the championship stay with Perfect? He got 2. And down goes the strap, and that means that Perfect is ready to put this one away.
Let's see if he can do it.
Big knee lift, and down goes Ric Flair. That baseball bat still precariously in the middle of the ring. Flair reversing out of it and comes up with a nice slam. Goes for the cover.
Yeah, but he's not hooking the leg. You're not going to pin Perfect without hooking the leg, and Flair knows better.
Ladies and gentlemen, this has been a night. Off the ropes, back out front, dropped down by Flair. Comes up with a knee right to the face, and the champion goes down.
Well, considering the rules right now, I'm a little bit surprised that we've only seen one weapon drawn in, but it's been that kind of a night. Look at Flair right now. Smart move.
Step over, toe hold on the champion, and he is really going to work on that knee, setting it up for that figure four leg lock. It's just a matter of when. And now he's got a shovel. He's got a oh my goodness.
Well, what did Flair say once that bell rings? Oh, neck breaker on top of the shovel, and Flair. Flair has had a bad back and a bad neck for many years, and now Perfect going to take advantage of it. Everyone knows about the plane wreck that Flair survived where others did not. His back's never been at 100%. Doctors said he would never wrestle again, but years later, here he is. My goodness. And there's a small package. Will that be enough to get it done? I can't imagine this match and this title being won with a small package, but it's always worth going for it because you never know. Oh, and Perfect indeed gonna steal that figure 4 leg lock. He's used it for the last few weeks now with a lot of success. Flair's in trouble. Shaquille checking on Flair. He would not submit. Perfect. Oh my goodness, with that baseball bat right across the kneecap. Flair's done. There's 1, there's 2, and it's all over. Oh, he got a shoulder up. How in the world? I told you they can't count to 3. This shoulder came off the canvas. The hell it did. And now the Perfect Plex. He connects with that one. There's 1. He's got 2. Flair. Somehow, the Nature Boy Ric Flair manages to kick out. He will not give this one up. And now Perfect from the middle rope down with the double axe handle to the head. Flair comes right back up and into a barrage of offense. Big chop by the Nature Boy going for the cover. There's 1, there's 2. Well, again, not hooking the leg, but even then, you're talking about a chop. You're not going to pin the world champion with a chop. Flair wrenching up on the head and the neck. You know, I'm going to keep saying it, though. The advantage right now still, to me, goes to Flair. 2 count, just barely. How do you figure? Well, you got to remember during that crazy match with the Macho Man and Ravishing Rick Rude, when all these other wrestlers ran down and got involved, Perfect came down and got involved in that mess. He's already taken some damage here right before a title match. Not the smartest move. Got a cover of 2, and again, Flair not done yet. This crowd is going crazy here in Orlando, Florida. And now Flair has got a steel chair. Perfect has got a table. Oh, he just crowned him with that chair. Right into the head of the champion and spun him around in midair. Ladies and gentlemen, I don't know how much more these 2 men can possibly take. Flair giving it Shaquille O'Neal his opinion of him. Yeah, he just told him he's number 1. Oh, and he just cracked Shaquille with a steel chair. And now the champion as well. We've got no referee. Shaquille O'Neal is out. He's in trouble. Meantime, back in the ring. What? Eddie Mansfield, what the hell is he doing here? Hey, look, Bobby Heenan just jumped the guardrail. He's going after Eddie Mansfield. Bobby the Brain Heenan must have bought a ticket to see this matchup, and he's going after the Continental Lover. Meantime, small package in the ring. What is going on here? Bobby Heenan. Wait a minute. What just happened? Bobby the Brain Heenan just screwed over Mr. Perfect. That was a fast count. How in the world? That can't possibly count.
Here is your winner, and new Extreme Champion.
There's the announcement right there. Bobby Heenan just handed the XWF Championship to the Nature Boy Ric Flair. I can't believe this. Oh, we're going to have to hear from Teddy Long. That can't possibly stand. We might be looking at a new XWF World Heavyweight Champion in the Nature Boy Ric Flair.
Hey?
What?
The 80s called. They want their store back.
It's time for a new Radio Shack. Come see what's possible when we do things together.
Fans, this crowd is absolutely buzzing about what just went down. We still don't have answers.
The following is an elimination match. Introducing first, from parts unknown, weighing in at 238 pounds, X.
As we see the first representative of the IWF Demolition X. This is it, ladies and gentlemen. 4 points on the line. If the IWF pull out the victory here, we are done.
Well, that's probably why nobody's come out to tell us what happened in that last match officially yet, because realistically, if we don't win this one, then it doesn't even matter, really.
And his partners from parts unknown, weighing in.
Oh, and here comes his tag team partner, Blast. So Demolition will be intact here to represent the IWF, who have had a tremendous night tonight.
Well, I don't know about tremendous. They did lose their world championship, right?
Well, that is a fact.
You know what, the more I think about it, I think everything worked out the way it should have worked out.
Blackjack Mulligan coming down. What are you talking about?
Well, I mean, Bobby the Brain Heenan was supposed to be the guest referee.
Yeah, but he walked out.
Well, did he? He was here. He made the count.
I don't believe that's going to hold up.
It should. He was supposed to. Hey, they forced him into it.
Meantime, Blackjack Mulligan in the ring, and for all intents and purposes, the Nature Boy Ric Flair is the XWF Heavyweight Champion. That is the official word as of right now.
From Columbus, Georgia.
Oh, my goodness.
At 31 pounds, Eddie Man.
Well, you know what? That makes sense. Why wouldn't you be there? It's your company. It's all on the line. Who's going to fight harder for it than you are?
Well, he just got jumped by Bobby the Brain Heenan a few moments ago.
Well, not to put Bobby down, but it's not exactly like getting beat up by, you know, Ravishing Rick Rude or the Macho Man Randy Savage, exactly. You know what I'm saying? I think he'd be fine.
Well, that depends on who his opposition is going to be. That's what we're waiting to find out. I can tell you this. I spoke to Hulk Hogan earlier tonight, and all he would tell me is that the Immortals will be in action tonight. Now, that only counts for two that I know about.
At a combined weight of 560 pounds.
Oh, take a look at this.
Whether you call them the Road Warriors or the Legion of Doom, they are two of the toughest, baddest guys in the world, and that explains why they were around earlier on tonight for that big matchup between the Macho Man and Ravishing Rick Rude, but also they got involved in that thing. At least Hawk did.
Well, they certainly look like they're ready for a battle here tonight. Standard elimination rules, ladies and gentlemen. Survivor Series style of wrestling tonight. 4 points on the line. And at this point in time, it is mandatory that the XWF comes away with the victory. Otherwise, we are done. I don't believe this. Look who it is.
From parts unknown, weighing in at 275 pounds,
Well, that must be who Hulk Hogan was talking about when he said the Immortals. He signed the Ultimate Warrior.
We've never seen him here in the XWF before, but he's here tonight, and that's all that matters. The Ultimate Maniac. The question is, can he bring the A-game that he's going to need in order to be victorious here tonight?
Oh, fans, I'll tell you, this place is coming unglued. Are you kidding me?
Battle Creek, Michigan, weighing in at 230.
Wait a minute, he doesn't wrestle for us.
Well, apparently he does now.
Is it Rob Van Dam or Rob Van Dam? What is it?
We haven't seen him since the Cell from Hell match. He was injured. He's been out for over 4 weeks. And apparently he is signed with the XWF.
I mean, I'm not complaining. I'd love to have him on the team right now. But can we trust him?
What are you talking about?
What am I talking about? He was just in the Cell from Hell against us a few weeks ago.
Well, I am sure that his contract came available. And Hulk Hogan with 2 major signings going into this matchup. This match is officially underway, ladies and gentlemen. Going for a quick cover of 2, and oh my goodness, Axe almost pulling one out. And now he's got the Ultimate Warrior with a choke slam, but Animal is the legal man in the ring.
Yeah, that's going to be the key, is to remember who the legal man is. You don't need to worry about the opponents that aren't legal. You got to worry about the man who you can actually pin.
And look at this. Doomsday device early on in the match. Hawk goes for the cover, hook and a leg. Referee's in position for the count. He got him.
Has been eliminated.
Wow, that was a quick elimination right there. I wouldn't have imagined that happening.
Early advantage for the XWF, and now the momentum finally in the corner of the XWF in this must-win matchup. Head first into the turnbuckle he goes. And now there's a scoop and a slam. Demolition Blast left behind. His tag team partner eliminated very quickly in this one. Setting him up for a powerbomb, perhaps. Oh my goodness, he just threw Hawk into the corner. Going for the cover, hook and a leg too, and a save out to be made by Rob Van Dam. So that should put you to...
Put me to what?
Well, put your concerns to bed.
Why, because he made one save, really? I still don't trust him. I mean, honestly, if you're going to tear this team down, what better way to do it than from the inside? Maybe he's being paid off.
The battle taking place here ringside. There are countouts, ladies and gentlemen. You do have to make it back inside the squared circle by the 10 count. They tie up again. Hawk, what is he doing?
Well, he's losing track of the count is what he's doing.
They've both been eliminated.
Well, just like that, Demolition is gone. One half of the Road Warriors are gone.
And there's Blackjack Mulligan with that buckshot elbow. Mulligan has been nothing but a workhorse for the IWF. It has been absolutely his backyard, his last hurrah, he has said. To the ropes, back elbow right to the face, and he caught that one. Meantime, the Continental Lover on the apron watching his team. They are now from down to 4, down to 2 against 3. They're going to have to find some way to even this up if they can. Blackjack Mulligan now with a stop sign. It's all legal. Oh, right in the face. Mulligan might have knocked him out with that one. There's a count.
That stop sign bent right over the face of the Road Warrior. Now Animal in trouble.
Stomping down on him is Blackjack Mulligan. He was the former IWF World Heavyweight Champion, and not by accident. And now, look at this. Eddie Mansfield is legal for the first time in this matchup. And he is unloading on Animal.
Well, Eddie Mansfield is about as famous for what he's done outside the ring as for what he's done inside the ring, of course.
Look at this. Some revenge. He's attacking Rob Van Dam. He feels he turned his back on him, I'm sure.
Well, he gave him that platform to become a superstar. And then what happens in the match where your company's on the line, you're playing for the other team. So, of course, there'll be some bad feelings.
The Ultimate Warrior saying, tag me in. But Animal can't get up right now. Mansfield in control. The Continental Lover now. Taking, oh, he's got that stop sign. And throws it right into the midsection.
Yeah, I think part of it also caught him in the face. A lot of damage being done here right now, and the Animal's in a whole world of trouble.
The tag made. It's a 2-on-3 advantage for the XWF right now, but you would not know that. And now the Ultimate Warrior going up against Blackjack Mulligan. Has him over the shoulder, and now what? There's a slam. I'll tell you what, between Hulk Hogan and Teddy Long, they managed to keep this team secret so that nobody could prepare for them. I don't even think if they knew they could have prepared for this. Up in the air again. Suplex nicely done by Blackjack Mulligan, and the Warrior right back up.
The Ultimate Maniac, as I like to refer to him as, just shook it right off and comes back for some more.
Has Blackjack Mulligan head first into the buckle, and the Big Texan collapsing into the corner. Mansfield watching on anxiously from the opposite corner, knowing look at this, raking the eyes. The Ultimate Warrior dragging the eyes of Blackjack Mulligan across the rope. Double team now. Mulligan and Mansfield, double hip toss on the Ultimate Warrior. Needs to make the tag out. Again, to the ropes, back out front. Caught him with a horse collar clothesline. Nicely done. Ultimate Warrior might be eliminated here. There's one, and a save made by the Animal.
Well, Animal was right there, able to make the save, and the big part of tag team wrestling, as we say over and over again, you got to cut the ring in half. Keep your opponent in your half of the ring, and he didn't do that.
Back body drop. And there's a tag made. Mulligan's thrown to the side, but it went clear over the top rope. He caught that back elbow. There's two. He almost got him.
That would have evened it all up at 2 apiece.
Man, Mulligan right now having to carry the weight of the IWF. We have seen so much drama in this match, in this night of wrestling, ladies and gentlemen, and it's still not decided yet.
You know, I want to know what's going to happen if we end up winning this match. We get the 4 points. That ties us up at 6-all. Now what?
Another tag is made, ladies and gentlemen. Dropped him. Mansfield now trying to take control of the situation if he can. Easier said than done. Teardrop suplex and now Rob Van Dam going head on with his former boss. Mansfield with a gourd buster, planting Van Dam down, looking for retribution.
Well, I can tell you right now, if I were in his position, there's nothing I would want more than to pin the guy who just turned his back on me after all these months.
And think about it, Van Dam was involved in the beginning. He's got...
What the hell is that? That's a board with nails stuck in it.
Head first, Van Dam into that board. Have you ever seen anything like this?
No, and I can say that with all honesty, no.
Goes for the cover. Close, but still not enough to hold him down. Oh, fans, this one is getting crazy. Van Dam slams him down. I'm not sure if he caught the board or not.
I think he caught him in the side of the head.
Mansfield in trouble now as the Ultimate Warrior. That time he definitely dropped on that board.
Well, he's the one that introduced it into the match, so that's the way the cookie crumbles.
I'll tell you what, no matter who wins, none of these men will be the same tomorrow. What happened there?
Referees claiming the shoulder came up, but I didn't see it happen.
Mansfield survived. And now Rob Van Dam has his former boss on the apron. Head first. Oh, my goodness. And now he's got a guitar and smashes it.
Well, Honky Tonk must have left that under the ring from earlier, but now look at what's going on here.
Face first. And Van Dam right back up. Into the steel post. Mansfield's in trouble.
Well, that referee count is going again. We might have another double count out.
Van Dam is up. Pile driver. They're going to get counted out. No, wait a minute. Mansfield beat the count back in.
And just like that, it's down to 2 against 2. Animal and the Ultimate Warrior against Blackjack Mulligan and Eddie Mansfield. Who'd have thunk it?
Oh, look at this. Overhead press and slam. That board with the nail sticking out of it right there. And the Warrior gets the pinfall. Tag made now by Road Warrior Animal to the Ultimate Warrior and Blackjack Mulligan. Good luck, sir. Fighting off 2 against 1. There's the big splash, and it's all over. Goes for the cover. There's one. Here's two. We got the point. No.
Somehow Blackjack Mulligan managed to get a shoulder up off of that one. I can't believe it.
Mulligan refuses to give it up. Back and forth action, ladies and gentlemen. Here's a cover again. There's two. Shoulder comes off the canvas. Mulligan will not give up.
Blackjack Mulligan is fighting for everything he's worth right now.
And now Mulligan has got a steel chair.
Things not going very well for Road Warrior Animal right now.
Indeed, Mulligan is in control. Irish whips him into the turnbuckle, back elbow, and look at this. Bulldog on the steel chair, it's over.
He hooks the leg, but the Ultimate Warrior there to make the save, and that's the big difference maker right now.
Indeed, the XWF has someone available to make a save, whereas they do not. Pulls him back out from the corner. Mulligan has him in the middle of the ring. And he's got that bat, whatever you want to call it, and he's using it.
It looks like a piece of a 2x4 with a bunch of nails sticking out of it, and he just drilled the Road Warrior with it.
To the ropes, back out front. Oh, he nailed him! Buckshot elbow!
Yeah, and I believe it landed on that board.
This is it! One-on-one! All or nothing, ladies and gentlemen. The Ultimate Warrior against Blackjack Mulligan.
Well, this indeed is all she wrote right here. Whoever gets the win now is going to win it for their team.
Or in the case of the Ultimate Warrior, it would end up a draw.
Well, we can't have a draw.
I don't know what to tell you. The numbers are what the numbers are. Now the Warrior using that board.
It's all legal. It's all, wow, right between the eyes of Blackjack Mulligan. Those nails are not forgiving, and they don't take any prisoners.
Fans, I tell you right now, I have seen some things in my years of professional wrestling, but nothing, and I mean nothing, that compares to this. Back body drop. Fans, I've been told that there is going to be a post-match press conference regarding the heavyweight championship for the XWF, and perhaps this entire event, depending how this one turns out. Big boot to the face right there by Blackjack Mulligan. Drops the Warrior across the top rope, and now Mulligan. Outside the ring, following up on the Warrior. Oh, delivers a splash of his own.
Yeah, well, Warrior, or I should say Mulligan, weighed in about 300 pounds right there, so that's going to bring the whole world down on the chest of the Warrior. And there's another one.
Blackjack Mulligan Look at this series of elbows. And that count's still going on. We can't have a double count out here. We can't.
Well, if we did, guess what? We lose because that means no points.
Warrior's got to get back in the ring, and he does. And so does Mulligan. My goodness, how much more drama do you want? Mulligan with that big elbow. And the Bulldog down on the board. That's it. IWF is victorious. Wait a minute. The shoulder came up. And the Ultimate Warrior is not done yet. To the ropes. Back out front he comes. Caught him. In that big tornado slam.
Well, I'll tell you, they're getting their money's worth out of that board. He almost took out the cameraman with it.
Blackjack Mulligan now to the top rope. Things not looking good for the Ultimate Warrior. Things not looking good for the XWF for that matter. Nobody home.
Well, Mulligan's not used to coming off the top rope. That's not what he's known for. He went for broke and he ended up getting it.
And now the Warrior using that spiked board on the head. There's a clothesline. Oh, Blackjack Mulligan is knocked silly after that one. This man has carried the IWF on his back tonight. Clothesline again by the Ultimate Warrior. Off the ropes. Knees come up.
This has been absolutely unbelievable.
Again, the Bulldog, and that's got to be all she wrote. Referee there for the count. 1. And he kicked out.
How in the world did he manage to do that?
The Ultimate Warrior managed to kick out. There's a big knee lift. Blackjack Mulligan can tell he's just moments away. To the ropes, back out front, missed. And now the Ultimate Warrior continues to battle back. Clothesline takes him down. This crowd coming alive. There's the slam. Goes for the cover one. He did 2. He got him.
And just like that, it's a tie. It's 6 points apiece.
The XWF victorious here in the elimination match. And indeed, that leaves the scoreboard all even at 6 apiece. What does that mean?
Well, it means it's a tie. How do we deal with a tie?
Fans, we take a look at the replay of this one. What a matchup it was. And yet still nothing is settled between these two organizations.
Well, I hope in this post-match press conference coming up that we're going to get some answers, because I'll tell you right now, what we advertised was somebody was going to go.
Well, it looked like it was a done deal, but I'll tell you what, the XWF pulling it out in the last 2 matches. Ultimate Warrior with a big splash. And that would be enough to secure this victory right here, ladies and gentlemen.
Here are your winners, the Ultimate Warrior and RVD.
Fans, thank you for joining us here for the Star Spangled Slammer. Stick around for the post-match. We'll be back with you in just a moment. My goodness.
Words like thunder, hearts take flight. The crowd's alive with an endless roar. American pride shaking the floor. We're slamming down under the blazing lights. Heroes born in the heat of fights. From the ropes to the mat, we take a stand. Pro wrestling kings of this great land. Oh!
Well, good evening, wrestling fans. This has been a historic night here between the XWF and the IWF, and I have been in contact with the Continental Lover himself, Eddie Mansfield, and we have discussed the matter. A tie is not acceptable to either one of us. So what's going to happen is next week on our television program, we will be combining our efforts to one match, and it will be a War Games match. He'll select 4, I will select 4, and whoever wins the War Games will be the organization that continues to move forward, and the team that loses will be the team that cruises. Now, as it goes for the XWF Heavyweight Championship, the fact of the matter is the Nature Boy Ric Flair is the new heavyweight champion because Bobby the Brain Heenan's name was the one on the contract that was signed by both participants. And as a result of that, and the obvious legal ramifications that would come to change that in any way, that means that the Nature Boy Ric Flair will be the new XWF Heavyweight Champion. We will see you next week for the War Games.